Yo guys, good morning everyone. Hope you all having a fantastic day. So today is a Thursday. It's a Thursday morning. Well, it's actually not morning. It's 2 in the afternoon. I'm a bit sick, as you can see, or maybe hear. Hopefully not see. And I just was sleeping. I had some great sleep. So guys, today I want to have a discussion with you. Some of you were just like, I keep seeing comments under my videos asking, what is my plan for the future? What do I want to be? What's like my basically future plan? So today I'm going to discuss that. So I hope you all like my little microphone on a ruler. This is like a cool setup, right? So some of you, not some of you, probably most of you have seen videos of me going gym, which is me basically gymming and doing all that sort of stuff, being healthy, if you know what I mean. And you were seeing like thumbnails and titles, future bodybuilder. Do I really want to be a bodybuilder? I'm still thinking about that, to be honest. I do want to be a bodybuilder, yeah. I do quite enjoy going gym. I enjoy watching bodybuilding competitions. I'm actually starting to get into that stuff, and I've starting to find that quite fun, you could say. So my plan is just like for now, for like the short-term plan. Today is the Thursday, 23rd of October, and in 1 month time, 23rd of November. My bulk finishes. I'm bulking. I'm gaining weight at the moment. I'm weighing out at 77 kilos, and I'm just gaining weight until the 23rd of November, which is a Sunday. And then after that, I'm going to cut down a little bit of weight. Going to go on a little diet to lose a bit of weight for my holiday, because on the 16th of December, my family is going on holiday. And I'm obviously coming with them, and I want to be lean and tanned on holiday. So that's my plan. That's short-term plan. My long-term plan, right? So at the moment I'm 14 years old, and at 14 years old it's very hard to compete, and I'm still not in the best shape to actually, not in the biggest shape that I can be at. So in my opinion, I'm still too small to compete in bodybuilding competitions. So I'll be gaining weight until I'm 16, and at the age of 16 I'll be looking for a competition, because I actually enjoy bodybuilding, and I'm thinking about actually competing in a bodybuilding competition once I'm 16. So now all the bodybuilding stuff, we move away, we push it away. Let's talk about an actual job, because bodybuilding, sometimes it can be a good income, but it's not always. So, what I'm into, what am I into actually, in job-wise? So, when I was 9 years old, I started liking stuff related to IT, stuff to like computer, coding, and all that sort of stuff. And when I was 9, I was still living in Ukraine at that moment. Everything was fine, and basically, I want to tell you a story. It's not really related to this topic, but I just tell you a story how how I was making money to then so I can get a laptop, and then on the laptop I can basically study on and work. So in Kyiv, the capital, we had this. It was New Year's. It was like about, I don't know, December time, November, and it was very cold in Ukraine. In Ukraine, it gets like minus 20 degrees Celsius in winter, and it gets very cold. We actually, back in Ukraine, we had a breeding, we used to breed dogs a lot. We had a whole basically house for dogs and all that sort of stuff. And we had, some of you might know, Samoyed, white fluffy dogs, very good looking. I really loved them. I had quite a few of them. I had Nord, Pinky, Chacha, that's 3. Maybe some more, I can't really remember, I had too many dogs. And then we were just like walking around by the Christmas tree, and people were like asking us to get pictures with them basically. And then my mom thought, that's actually a good business idea to actually work, because that time it was so busy, and like the center and the Christmas tree, it looked very good, and there was a lot of people basically. And we actually made a we were just like people were paying us to get pictures with the big fluffy dogs because they actually looked so nice, so good, because it was winter, and by winter time they're so fluffy and big, and people just wanted to actually get pictures with us. And then next year, I think some of you know, well, I just said I was into coding and all that sort of stuff, and then I actually think, well, how about I actually think about going to the Christmas tree in the winter time and make some money for me to actually work. How do I say it? To actually work and get money so I can buy myself a laptop and then I can study from it. So then me and my mom were thinking, and basically we ordered some stuff. My mom was ordering some stuff from China. She was ordering like just some, kids' toys. We had like all these basically like kids' toys, you could say. Where is it? Like that sort of stuff, like puppet, all that stuff that you like tap and then it makes a noise, all that sort of stuff. And kids really like that, and there was a lot of kids by the Christmas tree. So yeah, how about we actually make money out of that? So I started, me and my mom were basically, you could say, working like that, and I started making money. I made, what was it? It was $1,000, 1,000 US dollars. It was like 4 or 5 years ago, and that was actually very big money, especially for that time. It still is big money, but not as big as it was back then. And then I buy myself a laptop. It was a MacBook. I remember MacBook Air, made in 2020, and it was very good. I really loved it. And then time comes, 2 months goes by, war starts. Everything, we have to leave our house. It was very sad. We leave our house, and if I'll make a separate video for that. So we actually we go around Europe. We go Poland, Germany, Italy, and then we turn out to be in the UK. We get a visa. We come to the UK, and then. So guys, September comes, and some of you might know, I have mentioned my sister's name. I have a sister, and she, at the time, she was, I think, 18, 19 years old, and she really wanted to study, because, in England, there's a lot of universities, a lot of like learning opportunities. And then she went to a college, and in a college, she really needed a laptop. So I just like, I do not have to, but I felt like giving my laptop to her, because she was the one in the most need. She really needed it at the time. And then she says, by the time I finish my course, my university, I'll give it back to you. And it was in 3 years' time. So I think, okay, 3 years' time, I don't care. So then time was going on, and I just like started forgetting about like all the IT stuff, all the learning and all that stuff, and I just started falling out with it. And then what was it? I think 2 years later, no, actually a year and a half later or something. It was my birthday. We were living in this apartment already, and then my sister, she was in Japan, and in Japan, tech, like Apple stuff, is sometimes cheaper. And basically she got me a laptop for my birthday. Oops. She got me a laptop for my birthday. I was so happy. And then yeah, I started slowly going back into it, but just I wasn't as interested as much as I was back then. But now now that time has passed, I'm actually starting to like it even more and more and more now. So yeah, that's basically my story, how I was enjoying coding and like all the IT stuff, you could say. And then yeah, that's basically my story. I also, in school, I have chosen, because like some of you might know, in the UK there's GCSE, which is like the final exam that you get at the end of school, in year 11, grade 11 for those from like other countries. Year 11, grade 11, you get a GCSE test. It's just a subject, it's like a test that you get for each subject that you were learning. And in in year 8, you get a choice. Well, in grade 8, you get a choice of what subjects you want to learn, and get like and pass your subjects, pass the test for, how do I explain it? And basically you got to pass maths, science, English, and then the other 3 or 4 subjects that you've chosen to learn. And I have chosen ICT as one of my options. And I'm actually starting to actually understand it, because we're learning Python right now in school. And I have learned a bit of Python back then, like 3 or almost 4 years ago, back when I had my old laptop. I have learned that, and it's quite a bit easier for me than it's for my classmates, for example, that haven't really learned it. So I'm actually getting back into the routine of actually getting back to, how do I say it, back to my hobby, you could say. And then, yeah, actually when I was younger, I was thinking about doing a lot of jobs. I had so many like things in my head. When I was growing up, some of you know, well, you all know, as you're watching this, because I said we used to breed dogs. We had so many dogs, and I was really a fan of dogs. And I wanted to be a vet. I wanted to actually, help dogs if they have any, I don't know, if the surgeries, the diseases, anything, the dogs are sick. I wanted to help them. But then when I started getting older, I was getting into that stuff, and I think, oh, that's scary, because, even though it does pay good, it just, for me, it's scary, like, cutting all that stuff. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of scary for me. Maybe in the future, I'll be more okay with that. But now it's just, I don't know, a bit scary for me to actually doing surgeries, for example. That's a bit scary. Because yeah. Also, wanted to be a chef. I wanted to be a chef so bad. I used to cook like every single day at home back in Ukraine. I used to cook like cakes, pies, everything. But then, as I came to the UK, in the UK, there's a subject of food tech, where you have to like basically cook food. And I started cooking food, and then I'm standing in the classroom where there's like all the, what they're called, heat, where you cook. I forgot what they're called, sorry. And it's so boiling in there, and I think if I'm a chef, I have to stand there, and actually for my whole life I had to stand there in all that heat, and it's going to be horrible. And then I think, no. And then some of you might have seen, I went to work with my dad quite a few times, and you were asking me, is that what I'm planning to do in my life? Is that what I want to do in my life as a job? And my answer is no. It's just, doing handy stuff with your hands. It's a good... Oops. Doing handy stuff with your hands is actually it's a good skill, right? But in my opinion, for me, it's better to actually do something with your brain. For example, like coding, like I said earlier. I think that's better for me than doing something with my hands, because I don't know, I just prefer sitting. I would prefer if I had a choice, sitting somewhere in the office than working at the construction site. Obviously, it's very good to have skills. It's very good to have the skills, and that's why I'm working with my dad. First, I help him, and second, it's a good thing to have the skills and know how to do stuff. So, guys, basically, how my dad and my granddad, and I've kept hearing this story for a lot of times. Trust me, I've heard it so many times. From my granddad and my dad, they were just like telling me all around a lot of times. Basically, someone that they knew, their dad used to like do what's the thing called? Let me just find it. Used to do barrels, like barrel, that stuff that's like the for example, beer is made in and just like stores in there, and then the person's dad always did that, and they were just like copying him, and like they knew how to do it. And then when World War II came, the Germans, Nazi Germans, something was happening, and then it was a row of people standing in a row, and then the person says, the Nazi German says, whoever knows how to do the barrels, you know, the things that the beer is in, yeah, barrel, step forward. And there was only him who stepped forward. The rest of the people, they went somewhere, we have no idea where they went. But basically, because he knew how to do it, because he knew the skills from his dad, he was working in a factory of making beer, making barrels, and doing all that stuff. He was getting fed a little bit, unlike the other people who had no skills. Second, he could get a cup of beer every single day because he was working in a beer factory. So that's another good thing. So it's always good to actually have the skills. It's always good to know something. You know, it might not help you in your life, but it still is better to know it than not know it. For example, in that story that I just told you, I'm not sure if that's exactly what happened, but just that's how I remember. Sorry, Dad, if you're watching this. But yeah, guys, what else can I tell you? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, and do I want to be a YouTuber? Well, who doesn't? I've actually always wanted to be a YouTuber, to be fair. Since I was, what was it? I think like 6 or 5, I had a YouTube account. Not this one, it was just like some random one. Let me just find it. I was just making some random videos of me showing my dogs, showing everything. I was just talking in Ukrainian, showing everything. And I find it quite cute, to be fair. Oh, there it is. Just me basically talking. Right, just me talking basically. And yeah, that's the answer to the question. Do I want to be a YouTuber? Yes, but not as my full-time job. I think a YouTuber is a good thing, but like as a hobby, not actually a full-time job. I think it's good to have a proper job and then YouTuber. So yeah, that's what I think. I do want to be a YouTuber, and yeah, as a part-time job, not as like a full-time job, if you know what I mean. Also, guys, I want to thank everyone for actually following me and going with me through my journey. I've been posting on YouTube for, what is it? I think it's like 4 months it is now. I think it's like 4 months that I've been posting on YouTube. And I actually really enjoyed that. All of you guys been with the journey on me for so long, and I really appreciate all of your help. We came such a long way. Almost on 10,000 followers as of 23rd of October, 9,738. It's a very big amount if you actually think about it. It's a very big amount, and I'm very proud of you guys, and I'm proud of me as well. And yeah, if you're watching this, we're probably at 10k, and I really appreciate all of you. I really do, trust me. So guys, thank you for watching. This is basically my plan for life. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye bye, and I love you all. Bye bye.